Alright, hello everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be doing a review of the AMX 5120. This is the Tier 9 French autoloader heavy tank. That is quite a good tank in my opinion. I actually enjoyed grinding this tank quite a bit. We're going to be doing a review of this tank here, but before we do that, we're going to just go over the statistics of the tank real quick, and then we'll jump into some replays here. So we have 2,100 HP on this tank, which is decent for, a tier 9 heavy tank, pretty average. Armor on this tank, though, is pretty bad, just like all other French heavy tanks and French tanks in general. But you have a little on the front. You're not really going to get HE'd on the sides of this tank, thankfully, unlike the other heavies in the French line, like the tier 10 and the tier 8 and stuff. You really aren't going to get HE'd in the sides of the tank. By many tanks out there, you do have 80 millimeters, but the rear still would be HE'd by quite a few people. The gun is sitting at 2,350 DPM. Not the most DPM, but it is an autoloader, 24.63 seconds for a 3-shell magazine with a 3-second interclip, which has 400 alpha damage per shell. That's 1,200 damage in, 6 seconds, which is not half bad at all. As well, great penetration on the tank. We have 270 millimeters on the AP, and APCR is at 357, as well, good HE pin on the tank. But, this tank can dump a lot of damage. 1,200, that's the most any clipper at tier 9 can do. If I'm not mistaken, this is the only one with 400 alpha shots, 3 of them. The accuracy on the tank, it's not the greatest accuracy out there, but it's good enough to do, and you're not really going to be too hindered by it or anything. Gun depression is at 6 degrees on the tank, and you have a top speed of quite quick 50 kilometers an hour on the tank. So we're going to jump into some replays of the tanks here. I have 2 replays of the tank, and I have been getting top tier in this tank quite a bit as well when I was playing, which is very nice to be able to just go in there and absolutely bulldoze those tier 8 tanks with 1,200 damage just dropping on them. That's quite devastating to those tanks at tier 8, and of course even to other tier 9s and tier 10s, because this is, like I said, the only tier 9 tank that does 1,200 damage per clip, which is, a lot of damage. You get something like an tier 8 light tank like the RU, that's literally all its HP. So this thing can wreck whenever it is top tier, and I really think this gun feels like a tier 10 gun. That's kind of the point of this video here, this review is, this tank feels, I wouldn't say the tank feels like a tier 10 tank, the gun more feels like a tier 10 gun, just with the amount of damage it gets out. As well, the penetration, like I said, a really good penetration on this tank. The accuracy, not quite as much. You can see the bloom, it's not bad, but a lot of the other clippers have very good accuracy. Well, this one has decent accuracy, but like I said, that clip damage does make up for it. It's really not that bad, though. Like, it's nothing that's going to be really bothering you. It's like most other heavies out there, not super accurate. So we're going to pull around here. This T30 has gotten shot once, and he's already a 1-clip force. That's like what I mean by how OP the clip on this tank is, except whenever we fail HE, that's going to happen. But he gets hit again, so we are still able to finish him off there and get our first kill of the game. There is a long, quick clip reload on this tank, though, very long, 24, almost 25 seconds. So you're going to want to make sure you don't get stuck out in the open after you unload a clip with no teammates, because you are going to get wrecked in that time. You want to be able to go back. It's really like most other clipper tanks, it's a peekaboo tank. You go out, you get your shots off, and you move back, or someone is a clip out for you, and you go and you clip them out, and then do whatever after that. But you really got to wait for that extremely long reload to reload. If you have teammates with you, you can maybe try to just stay back a little when you're on your reload, if you can't fully hide, but at least hope they take some of the damage and not just you. But yeah, you want to really stay back when you are on that reload, because it is going to be quite a long time. You can see here the tank is very mobile as well. It does make up for that lack of armor. Like I did say, you are not going to be bouncing anything on this tank unless you get very lucky, which of course can be any tank, but this tank can get some bounces when it gets lucky. Like, I've had some bounces in the tank. But you can see right here, the tank, it can really tear into those enemies. We're at 2.5k damage already here. We're going to be getting this shot off nice there on the 50 TP. I did load in a premium just because I couldn't see if I could pin it or not. I figured I could with AP, but I wanted to make sure, so I snapped in a max roll APCR. So we are now up to close to 3,000 damage with 2 kills as well. So like I said, I always want to make sure I have cover here, so I have cover right here while I'm on my reload, and I don't have to worry about getting rushed by anyone, and even if they do, I can just go around to the other side of the rock. Hopefully the WT wouldn't get me, and just finish them off. And as well, all these guys up here are easy 2 shots, even that now 50 TP is now a 1 shot. We do have a Tiger 2 though that I want to clear because this guy is just sitting here and he has a 2 shot. And unfortunately, this T32 blocks my shot, and I'm not able to get a shot onto that Tiger 2 there. We're going to go aim in for another one, and we miss it. And now we're down to 1 shell in the clip, which, when you miss shells like that, it's pretty sad when you're on this tank, though, because you have such a long reload. And now I'm down to 1 shell, and then a 25-second reload. And I get that 1 shell out, and instead of being able to have 2 to go rush and kill both those guys, I gotta wait a 25-second reload and hope my team doesn't finish them off before I am reloaded. So there goes the WT. He gets blind shot by the RHM on our team, and I now have only 7 seconds left of my reload, and we have a 50 TP on a 1 shot, and there is that Object 252U, which has 1400 HP. So we are now finally reloaded. 50 TP dies right before I get to there. RHM is just racking up those kills right now, and there's still 900 damage now left on this Object 252U, and I really want to get these kills. My team is coming in fast, so this is where the mobility of the tank does help out quite a bit here. I'm going to be able to get around the corner, get a nice snapshot there into the 252U, get another shot in the lower plate, and before my team can get there, I will be able to finish him off for 3 kills and 4,300 damage. So that was a quite nice game. This was one of my earlier games actually in the tank. The next one I will show you will be one of my later, because I played quite a bit of burning games to grind this tank. That really helped me get the 50B quickly, which I do have now. I only needed 100,000 XP for it because I had a half off booster from the event. So nice game here. We get a 2nd class as well. And now for the 2nd game here, we are going to be on Yukon, and this one is a heartbreaker. It's not like a horrible heartbreaker or anything like that. We're just going to skip ahead a little because this video is getting a little long, but we're going to do a nice game here, and we're going to do the best we can, but we do get a little unfortunate at the end there. You will see when we get to it. So we have gone heavy side, and we're top tier again. Like I said, I was getting top tier a lot. I have been in all my tier 9s ever since the update, so a little bit of lag, I think, there is what happened, because my turret just flew off to one side. Not sure what that was about. Thankfully, this E75 gives us that 2nd shot, though, so we are able to reload our clip without having to waste a shell. So we're up to 800 damage. We took quite a bit from those E75 TSs, though, so we don't want to bleed too much more, because obviously taking a ton of your HP off in the beginning of the game never usually doesn't end well. So we have most of our team with us, but very quickly the red meds did sneak up behind us, and I don't even notice it at this point here. I'm focused on the guys in front of me, not even thinking about the meds, because like there's no way they'd be here so quickly. We get a shot into the T95, but we missed the 3rd shot in our clip, and then I realized, oh, there's a bunch of people behind us. We have voice crackers. That's what we have. We have a T49 WT and a T54 mod 1, and those guys are wrecking my team. As you see, both our TDs get taken out right there, so I don't have anywhere near as much support as I had before, so I'm thinking I need to clear this T49, just get him out of the game. We can clip him out, like I was saying. This is what I mean by that clip damage. No other tank in tier 9 can clip someone like a T49 or an RU out of the game without HE. Like, we could get HE and go ram another medium tank, maybe a tier 10, or not a tier 10, a tier 9 medium tank, and maybe other tanks could too ram him in and HE him and maybe clip him out, but this one is obviously the most reliable. You only need AP unless you get super unlucky and get low rolls. Then you can just love tap him, or if you get HE on one of those guys like an RU or T49 are easy HEs. So we did clear that T49 now. We're up to 2,700 damage here. We're pretty low HP, 2 shot and 1 shot to some tanks even. And we have our clip reloaded here. And I don't know where this WT is. I am a 1 shot from him, so I don't want to poke on him. Thankfully, this Email 2 is going to go first, but this guy does not play the best, unfortunately, which kind of kind of loses the game probably. I mean, what is this guy doing? There is a one-shot T-54 Mod 1 right there. Like, what? We are able to clear the WT though, but this email literally not shooting one shell at any of the dudes. He could have cleared that T-54 Mod 1, which would have helped a lot. I'm on a reload now, so I can't do anything. Honestly though, if those E75s hadn't have been in the game, like, you know, a double platoon, we probably would have won this game. And here, I'm like, email, why did you not clear the one shot that was literally sitting in front of you? Which, yeah, is pretty unfortunate. T95 is now going to take out our VK. We're now a 3v5 here. And I want to take out this low HP E75. But he does see me coming, so he is right around the corner here. And this is what loses us the game, probably. I mean, yeah, APCR, literally 360 millimeters of pin. Can't go through the side of a slightly angled E75. That 100% should have pinned. As you can see, behind the space armor, which is, you know, red, but it's not, you're not actually going to bounce. It was completely gray, and he wasn't even that angled. It definitely should have gone in. What happened there was very unfortunate, but we are going to reload our clip now. But I am now a one-shot, unfortunately, with 4,000 damage, and we're in a 2v4. If I'd been able to clear that E75, I would have been free to go up behind and clear all those guys over there. I mean, my clip here, I could clear, both these guys could be dead, just instantly dead. I do get that E75, and then the T95 would be no worry, so, I mean, that would be a win. We would have definitely won this game if that hadn't have happened. As well, maybe if the email 2 had been of any use, we probably would have won as well. But unfortunately, that's just not how things went, so yeah, it is going to be a little bit of a heartbreaker up here in a second, and I'm just trying to not die right here, because I think E75 is around the corner of the house. He actually isn't. I noticed that, and dirt my shot on the Centurion, and this is where I mean the accuracy. The accuracy of this tank is not the best. Then the T95 comes around and is going to finish me off, which is unfortunate. But we still get a nice game here. Almost 5k damage out this game. 4.7k, 2 kills as well. Unfortunate loss there. But yeah, that is the AMX 5120, everyone. I hope you enjoyed this review, and it's going to help you play this tank a little better. Gun is pretty amazing on this tank. I am really enjoying it. And we now have the 50B, so hopefully a review on that should be out soon. Hope you enjoyed the video, and see you in the next one. Bye.